welcome back to the channel. My name is Felicia and this is The Feminine Fancy. This is my first time filming a video not using my microphone in like a year, and I feel like my mic sounds very like muffled sometimes, and I am just gonna use my camera audio for this video. Hopefully that goes over fine. But if any of you have suggestions for a good quality microphone, please drop them in the comments below. In today's video, we are talking about the 10 things that every woman should own. I have done a couple videos like this before. 10 things women should know how to do, things about womanhood. What is the other one called? Things all women should know how to do, my single girl checklist. All those videos will be linked down below. But in today's video, I wanted to talk about the things that we should have, which to me kind of signify like staples of adulthood. This channel has really been all about like that sort of weird early mid to late 20s, like figuring out what I'm doing in life and adulting and working on that. And so this video is no different. And these items for me signify like, okay, I'm an adult and I have to take care of myself. So that is what we are chatting about for today's video. If you like my content, you like my channel, and you want to support me, please hit the red subscribe button, join our online community, hit the like button. I like to try to get to 1,000 likes on every video before I start prepping for the next one, and it also just helps me out in the YouTube algorithm and helps me know what you guys find interesting and what topics you like and don't like. You can find me on Instagram at _thefemininefancy_. It's funny, I've been doing this for not almost 2 years, a year and a half now, and I still am not good at intros. We will figure it out one day. Let's just jump right in. So today's video is sponsored by Ritual, but we will get to that later on in the video. Okay, so the first thing I think that every woman should own is a robe. Robes are essential. I love robes. I live in my robes. I have a winter robe and I have a spring summer robe. My winter robes, I actually have two, are the sort of more like plush and comfy, cozy, almost like you're walking around in a blanket. And then my spring summer robes are the short ones that have short sleeves and are light and airy because obviously it is hotter. I think it is hotter as in temperature, not like, oh, it's hotter. I think it's important to have robes because to me, it just signifies like, and now I'm getting ready. I'm getting ready for something. Whenever I'm wearing a robe, I am getting ready for something, and it also signifies to me, I care enough about both my makeup and my outfit that I don't want to risk ruining my outfit by doing my makeup in it. I put on my robes as soon as I get out of the shower. I put them on if I'm going to an event and I need to sit down at my vanity and get ready, and then after I'm done, I'll put on my makeup. Here's a little pro tip though. Put on your outfit and then put the robe on over it, because another issue that can happen is, let's say, like this is what I did today. Let's say you have a really cute top, but the top kind of is like very combustible and hard to get on, and so you have to like pull it over your head. If you've already done your makeup, you're gonna ruin it if you have to pull your top on over your head. So there are two tricks for this. The first is to have your outfit on already and just put your robe on over it while you're getting ready. And the second, I learned this from Freddie, my love, the second tip is to put a clean towel over your head and then just pull on your dress or your shirt or whatever over the towel so that any makeup that might smudge or rub off on anything just rubs off onto the towel and not onto your outfit. You're welcome, but also thank you, Freddie, my love. Walking around in a robe and getting ready in a robe just makes me feel mature. It makes me feel like I know what I'm doing, I know where I'm going. It's a small, luxurious thing to do that just makes me feel like an adult. It makes me feel much more mature. So a robe is the first thing that I would suggest you invest in. They're not expensive. You can get them on Amazon for a good price. Or you can get the super like luxurious ones with the fur that like go all the way down to the ground and are, you know, fur trimmed. Those are very dramatic, but I'm not judging. I'll probably buy one for my wedding. Robes are great and they are practical and helpful, and I just think that if you don't already walk around your house in like a comfy robe or like a silk robe, then you should start. The second thing that every woman should own is a good multivitamin, which brings us to our sponsor for today's video, and that is Ritual. If you're like me and you are not good at swallowing pills because they taste disgusting and then the taste is left in your mouth for hours on end, Ritual is the multivitamin for you. It has a delicious minty flavor, so it doesn't feel like you're taking a multivitamin at all. Whenever I try to take any other multivitamin that doesn't taste like this, it activates my gag reflux. So that is one reason why I love this multivitamin, is because it's easy to swallow and it tastes minty and delicious. I also love my Ritual multivitamins because I can take them on an empty stomach or with food. You know how some multivitamins you take them with food, we take them without food and you'll get a really bad stomach ache? That does not happen with Ritual multivitamins because they are designed with a delayed release capsule. They're also vegan friendly, non-GMO, gluten-free, allergen-free, and no added sugar. Honestly, they are an obsessively researched multivitamin and my favorite one to take. It really is, for me, a signifier of becoming an adult that I'm like taking my multivitamins every morning, and Ritual makes it really easy to do that. Good health just doesn't happen overnight. And right now, Ritual is offering all of you 20% off of your first month. Filling in the gaps in your diet is so essential as women. So this is a small step that can help support you and support a healthy and functioning body. That is 20% off of your first month of vitamins or protein using my code FANCY20. The link will be in the description box below. The next thing that I think women should own is a face steamer. I haven't talked about my steamer in a really long time, but if you're like me and you're someone who enjoys getting facials, this is a huge benefit to have in your skincare regimen, in your bathroom, your self-care lounge, whatever it is that you have at home. This is a huge benefit because turning on your steamer helps your product infuse into your skin much easier and deeper, and you get that sort of spa effect that is what you're pretty much paying for when you go get a facial. Now, I'm not saying that it completely, replaces the luxurious feeling of going and getting a facial, but for a more affordable way of doing things, and if you want to, give yourself a self-care night at home, having a facial steamer is chef's kiss. It's a wonderful thing. My mom bought mine, I think it was for Christmas in 2019, and it actually became very handy all of 2020 because I was stressed, as we all were / still are. So using your facial steamer, doing your skincare routine, it just helps you to feel like you're getting a little bit more of a spa luxury experience, but not at the same high ticket price. So face steamer, consider it. Also, I will have links to all of these things below because if you want to know which one I use, I will link that down below. Okay, next up, this one is for all of my bakers and people who like to be in the kitchen, and that is a KitchenAid. I was gifted, again, a KitchenAid for Christmas in 2015, and I still have that KitchenAid, and I use it every single week for various things. The KitchenAid has so many things that it can do. It has so many different attachments. You can make pasta. You can, what else was it? I found out recently there was there's a juicing attachment, I want to say. There's an attachment for everything. And it's just a good investment, especially if you're someone who likes to cook and you're someone who likes to be in the kitchen. If you're a homemaker, future homemaker, want to be homemaker, this is a really great investment for you. Also, they are super cute. They have so many different pretty colors. I love the color that my mom bought me that Christmas, and I mean, I'm gonna have this KitchenAid for the rest of my life. I hope it never gives out on me because I love it so much. I have used that thing to shred chicken. I have used it obviously for baking. The possibilities with the KitchenAid are endless, and I feel that as you grow and mature and you're making your own meals, and then eventually you're making meals for a family, or eventually you're hosting Thanksgiving dinner, you're growing and you are becoming you're coming more into your womanhood, I think a KitchenAid is necessary. It is necessary. Long gone are the days of standing and holding a bowl while you use the, I don't even remember what it's called, the handheld one. What is it called? The beater? I don't know, the handheld one, which we used to do as children. Long ago are those days now that the KitchenAid is available. Obviously, like I said, I know it's an investment, but it is an investment in your health, your future, in so much because you can make healthy meals. It makes mixing things so much easier, and you can use it for a variety of things for years and years and years. Like I said, 2015 to now, that is 7 years that I've had this thing. Almost a decade. I'm never letting her go. I'm never letting her go. She's honestly the most important thing that I have. Okay, next up, I think every woman should have a self-defense thing. So a taser, bottle of pepper spray, whatever it is. And I'm not saying this to instill fear in anyone, but I do think that it is important that as women, we also take responsibility to some capacity for our safety and make safe decisions and, you know, etc., etc. I have a video on feminine safety. I actually don't know if it is still on the channel or if it is on the Patreon, but in that video I just talk about doing the best we can to take responsibility for our safety. Obviously, I know that, you know, things happen and you can be as prepared as possible and things might still happen, God forbid. I do think that as you're out in the world and you are going about your day-to-day life, it is important to have some form of protection in some way. So maybe for you that's a dog, like a German Shepherd, and maybe you don't walk at night unless you have your dog with you, or maybe that's a taser, maybe that is pepper spray, like whatever it is, I think it's important. And again, I'm not trying to instill fear, but I do think it's important that we use as much precaution as possible so that we don't find ourselves in precarious situations. But if we do, you know, we also have some sort of defense, because I think that is very important. Of course, it's also important to take self-defense classes. I have never done this. I have wanted to do this for a while. But if you can take a self-defense course, I think that's really beneficial as well. And as we get older, it's just important to have some sort of knowledge of self-defense in mind. And in addition to having some sort of protection. The next thing that I think every woman should own is a stylish backpack. And here's my reason. As you guys know, I had this whole neck shoulder thing going on for the last 2 months, and it was torture. Torture, torture, torture. I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. And what I found out wasn't helping was the fact that I'm constantly wearing my purse on my right shoulder, putting a lot of pressure and weight over there that just doesn't need to be over there. And then I started thinking, why don't I have a backpack? Why don't I walk around with a cute little pink backpack? If you're like me and you can tend to lose alignment based on where you're holding your bag, or maybe you just lean to one side more. I know that I like, and most of the time, at least my chiropractor has told me, am very off. So if you're like me and you are also off, or you struggle with back pain, scoliosis, neck pain, anything like that, if your back pain is due to, you know, having a larger chest area, I think wearing a backpack would help in some way with posture, and would also help with not putting too much pressure on just one side of your body. So a cute backpack. There are some really cute backpacks out there. Ever since this happened, like the first thing Kane did was order me a very cute pink backpack from like Sweden. It still hasn't come in the mail. Now we're like 2 months past and I'm like feeling much better and I still don't have my backpack, but it's coming at some point. I will link it down below if you guys are interested. The next thing I think every woman should have, and I talked about this in my single girl checklist video, I wanna say, is a AAA card or some AAA card replacement. The reason why is because I can't tell you how many times I have been in a car, not my own, actually my own too, where the tire has blown out or the battery died. And what saved me? Who saved me? AAA. AAA has saved me several times. I'm very thankful to them for that, but also I pay for the service. I have a AAA card and I use it because things happen. You're enjoying life, you're going somewhere, and something happens to your car, or you know, your car won't start. It's so important to have this and to be able to call on help. If you don't have a AAA card, I mean, I guess you would have to call a friend or something. I don't know what you would do exactly. There are certain services as an adult you will find that are worth the price tag, that are worth, you know, coughing up the couple hundred a month if you can, in case of emergencies. And I've used my AAA card so many times for various reasons when my car, you know, gave out on me. Before I had my current car, I had a hand-me-down car, so it was my mom's, and then it was my brother's, and then it was mine. So we had that car from literally 2003 all the way until, I wanna say 2018. We had that car for so long, And by the time it got to me, it needed some help. So I remember I would drive it to school, and twice, well, one time driving it to school, my tire blew out, and another time driving, I think I was just coming home from like the grocery store, my tire blew out, and both times AAA saved me. And I've been in other people's cars when things haven't gone right, battery died, whatever, and AAA is always there. This is like a AAA advertisement, I promise. This is not sponsored. This is sponsored by Ritual. This is not sponsored by AAA. But it's important, and it's a matter of safety. It's a matter of just being mature and taking accountability for yourself and your safety. And if you can't afford it, a AAA card is amazing. Next item that I think women should own are storage containers, but specifically storage containers that separate out your winter clothes from your summer clothes. I am not a minimalist when it comes to clothing or really anything. I'm more so like the cottagecore kind of vibe. I have a lot of little trinkets, a lot of little, a lot of different plates and, cups and glasses and all sorts of things. And I also have a lot of clothes that I've thrifted, clothes that I've gotten from friends, like hand-me-downs from friends, and clothes that I've bought for myself. And I love all of my clothes. I love expressing myself through fashion, and so I have a very curated winter wardrobe and spring, summer wardrobe. And what helps me keep things somewhat organized is having them in various, seasonal containers. So this whole time, since it's been winter, I've had all of my spring and summer clothes tucked underneath the bed in a very large fabric container or fabric box. I don't know what you would call it. I'll link them down below. And I just folded up all of my summer clothes because obviously I knew I wasn't going to need them, tucked them under. But now that things are getting just a smidge warmer, I don't know. I feel like we had a false alarm last week, and it was so nice, and I don't know what's going on with the weather. But the weather will get nice very soon here. And so I will take out all of my spring and summer clothes, and I will put away all of my fall and winter clothes. The next thing that I feel like women should own is an alarm system. I just think it's important. I don't think we talk enough about alarm systems and safety in regards to womanhood, femininity, and just life in general. Crime is at an all-time high right now. As we know, I watch the news, I hear the things, and I know that cities especially are going through really difficult periods of intense crime. And so again, taking your own taking responsibility of your safety as much as you can. Obviously, you can't stop someone from breaking into your car or something, or anything bad like that happening, but you can take certain precautions like having an alarm system. Again, I think it just speaks to being mature, taking responsibility, just taking that extra step for your own safety, I think is very, very important. And if you can't install an alarm system, what are the other sort of safety things that you can do around your home or your apartment? I've seen so many different things, whether it's like those little attachments on the doorknob that make it so if someone tries to break open, there's another attachment so that they can't get in, or if it's one of those door stopper things that you attach to the doorknob and then it has a rubber bottom so that if someone tried to come in, again, they couldn't. So there's a variety of safety things you can do, but I think looking into an alarm system and just other protections for your home is very, very important. And finally, ending on a little bit of a lighter note, the last thing that I think all women should own is a comfy pair of heels. And the reason why is because if you have a comfy pair of heels, you can really conquer the world, I think, because you can wear them, you can dress them up and wear them with a fancy outfit, or you can throw them on with jeans, and next thing you know, you look like you've put in a lot of effort when you really haven't. You just have on this really cute pair of shoes that secretly are very comfortable. At least for me, early 20s was a time of okay, I'm just going to grin and bear it when it comes to my shoes. I'm going to wear the cute shoes, even though my feet will be hurting at the end of the night because they're cute. Now I'm we're not doing that. We're not doing that anymore. My feet can't handle it, my back can't handle it, I simply cannot handle it. My next purchase is I would like to find a good pair of comfy heels. Ideally, it's a chunky heel. Ideally, they're not too high. I don't want to be that tall. I don't need to be. And ideally, they are cute, suede, a floral design, something or other. If you guys have comfy heel suggestions, or like if you have a pair that you just swear by, please let me know in the comments down below who they're by, and I will look into it, because I think it's an important staple of being an adult woman, is being able to have a comfy pair of heels that you can throw on with any outfit and look chic and look fabulous. All right, friends, that is it for this video. It was a fun one. I know we've been a little bit, like, not heavy lately, but like taking on different topics, and this was just a fun video that I wanted to do, so I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you again to Ritual for sponsoring. And remember, you can get 20% off of your first month of Ritual protein or vitamins using my code FANCY20. Again, the link will be in the description box below. You can find me on Instagram at _thefemininefancy_. You can also find me on my blog at thefemininefancy.com. I will see you guys in my next video. Thanks again for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe if you liked the video. All right, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.